Luffy found some cannonballs and excitedly told Usopp he was gonna try them out. Usopp joined in, eager to give it a shot. Nami, ever the strategist, told them to try aiming at the reef. Meanwhile, Zoro was lost in thought, dreaming about his past. As a kid, Zoro had once challenged the sensei of a local dojo, boldly declaring that if he lost, he would become a student under him. The sensei, instead of fighting, called out his daughter, Kuina, to take the challenge. Zoro grabbed a ridiculous number of sword sticks, thinking he could overpower her, but Kuina easily defeated him. She told him bluntly that a 10-year-old was too early to try two-sword style. Zoro, though bruised and humiliated, accepted the defeat but swore he'd beat Kuina one day. From then on, Zoro trained with intense dedication for a whole year, yet each match ended in the same result, Kuina winning. Their match record was a humiliating 2,000-0. She once called him a pathetic boy. Even other students whispered that while Zoro was strong, Kuina seemed even stronger. When asked, she told them to keep quiet. Some students suspected that her father was secretly training her harder. One day, after yet another defeat, Zoro washed his face and angrily scolded himself for not catching up to her. That night, Kuina confided in her father that she wanted to be the world's greatest swordsman. But he coldly replied that because she was a girl, that dream was impossible. As Zoro came running in, he challenged her to a real duel using actual swords. Kuina fetched her blade, Wado Ikemonji. As they fought, she pointed out his lack of strength. The fight was intense, and near the end, Kuina almost struck a fatal blow but held back, declaring her 2001st win. Zoro began to cry, but Kuina said he should be the one comforting her. She admitted that being a girl meant she would one day be physically outmatched, even by Zoro. She said he was lucky to be born a boy. Zoro refused to accept that idea and said skill mattered too, not just strength. He made her promise to aim for the title of the world's greatest swordsman. She smiled and promised. But one quiet evening, as Zoro trained, some kids came running with terrible news: Kuina was dead. Apparently, she had gone to look for her favorite sharpening stone in the storeroom and had fallen down the stairs. Zoro was shattered. He trained harder than ever, fueled by pain and anger. One day, Kuina's father called him in and told him how Kuina had started training early and had pushed herself beyond limits, not wanting to lose to any boy. Zoro, in tears, begged for her sword. The sensei handed him the Wado Ikemonji and asked him to carry her spirit and dreams with it. Zoro cried harder, holding the sword close. 8 years passed. Zoro was ready to leave his village. He visited Kuina's grave one last time, paid his respects, and looked his teacher in the eye, saying he'd fulfill their shared dream. At that moment, a cannonball sound jolted him awake. Usopp had successfully hit the reef, celebrating his aim. In the kitchen, the crew discussed the need for a cook. Suddenly, a loud voice from outside shouted at them, accusing them of hurting his brother. The stranger charged at Luffy. With one punch, Luffy knocked him down. Zoro walked over, smirking, and said the guy was Johnny. Johnny looked up and grinned, recognizing Zoro and